Awesome. So great to have you all here and at the gathering, and very excited to be sharing the vision for 2025. Before I start, just want to ask you for a show of hands of who drove here today.
Yes.
Anyone not drive? Who came here by another mode of transport? Bash.
No.
No? Hands up if you're in business here. Everyone owns, if you're in a business? You own a business? Everyone in the room, that's awesome. Hands up if you're expecting to thrive in 25, have a good 2025.
Woo!
Yeah? Okay. And last of all, why don't you just high five the person next to you?
Hey.
I asked you a bunch of questions, and there was no real right or wrong answer. I don't really care how you came here. The fact that you're here is the best outcome. But what I want to illustrate is that networking is a participation sport, isn't it? Is that it doesn't work if you don't participate. It doesn't work if you have a response. In fact, I think that networking is actually a contact sport, isn't it? If you don't reach out and contact anyone, then you're probably not going to do very well out of it, yeah? So let's make sure that for this year in 25, if we are going to thrive and see the gathering thrive, is that we make it a very contact-driven, participation-driven networking group game, if you want to put it that way. Awesome. Hands up if you like a good vision. If you'd like to be part of something that's going somewhere. I certainly do. It excites me. It gets me going. I don't mind being part. I love being a team player. I love being on a team. But one thing I will ask from the leader is just give me an idea of where we're going. And so that's the idea of tonight, is to give you guys clarity. Let me first of all just share this, and that is when we set up the gathering 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We came up with this vision, and I guess some things don't change, and I don't think often the vision should change. The methodology of how you achieve that might change as we learn and we glean and we grow. But the vision here is the gathering is a vibrant business community embodying fun, adventure, and business excellence. I don't know about you, but I've got a value in my life that says that I am going to enjoy this journey. Yeah, I love being in business. I also need to be in business. I need to be earning money to feed my family, like probably you do, right? But I'm certainly going to make sure that I have fun and I do it with people that I enjoy. Our members, that's you, build businesses that deliver success and freedom. Yeah, your own success for your life, a success to others, but also freedom for your life, meaning that you get to be the boss and enjoy the journey with your family and friends. So many business people, even though they might have registered a company with the company's office, they don't really have a business. All they've bought themselves is a nice job, right? They're really just tied to their business so hard that they're not really got the privileges of being a boss and having some of those boss privileges. But I think that's all part of, as I said, enjoying the journey, but also knowing that, hey, if I'm going to put all this effort in, if I'm going to take the stress home, if I'm going to go the extra mile and dig deep and fund this thing and put all the risk on the table, then there should be some perks for somebody, and that's you. Yeah? Say, that's me.
That's me.
Everybody, that's me.
Me.
Nice. Our focus and commitment to one another's success. So we are all members of the gathering, but now we're saying, hey, our commitment to one another will propel us forward in boldness and confidence. Okay, making us resilient to negativity and fear, and ensuring extraordinary achievements in our lives, both personally and in business. So, friends, I just want to say this, that I believe that we are better together. I believe we are better with the right people around us, people that will strengthen us, inspire us, challenge us, give us a little slap around the head when we need it, and be there to support us when we need it, celebrate when we need it, right? And that creates a resilience. There's something powerful about having the right people, the right community around you that will help drive you forward in confidence, remove fear. So neat. When you're on your own, sometimes situations can get pretty fearful, pretty worrying. But it's kind of nice when you know that there's people there for you. And half the time when you actually get honest and start talking to them, they turn around and go, oh yeah, that happened to me. I've been there, done that. And you're like, oh, suddenly your fear level kind of drops a bit because you know that there are people that have been there, done that, and they can help show the way. So that's our envision. Really, I can stop right there. That's who we are. And that's what's so important to us. I shared a little meme or video, if you want to call it, on our chat group the other day. Got some responses, which was fun. It's good. And by the way, I'm not afraid of different people's different responses, right? That's how we learn. That's how we kind of iron sharpens iron, and that's another part of who we are. We're a kind of group that helps, kind of sharpen each other up. This is it here.
You sit within 25 feet of a high performer, your own performance improves by 15%. Here's the kicker. If you sit within 25 feet of a low performer, your own performance decreases by 30%. This means that our negative emotions are more contagious. That if you're around people who are low performers, whatever that means to you, who have negative cues, who are feeling anxious or tired or low confident, you could catch those cues and that affects your own performance. This is why it is incredibly critical to invest in the 5 people who you spend the most time with. You want to make sure those 5 people are the cues you want to catch. Do you like the cues they're sending? Do they give you the right motivation, feelings? Do they make you feel liked? Do they make you a better version of yourself?
It's a motivating and challenging little video there. And to think about, we've often heard about you become, I think she mentioned it there, the most like the 5 people you spend the most time with in life. That is true. But, in honesty, I think, I kind of need more than 5 people.
Yeah.
5's probably not enough. I remember as a teenager, as a young man that was just trying to grow in life and go down the right track, every year, and this might sound really crazy to you, and maybe, I don't know, you might have some opinions, that's okay, but I every year would write my top 10 friend list. And they were the 10 people that I had make a decision that I would spend the most time with. It didn't mean I wouldn't spend time with other people, but I would prioritize spending time with these 10 people because they were the people that I wanted to invest into that relationship because it was healthy and growing, and also to help each other. But let me just go a step deeper. I would choose 7 friends. Out of that 10, 7 had to be people that I thought would help build me up, and 3 were people that I thought that I could help, lift them up, right? Knowing that you've kind of got to have more in. If you want to be a giver, if you want to be a generous person, there's got to be more coming into you than going out, or you're going to end up with a deficit, yeah? Now that's just a theory that I grew up on, and it seemed to help me for a while. Haven't done it for years.
That's good.
But let me just say that who you hang out with does matter. Who you hang out with does matter. And whether you like that little video I posted up or not, let me just say that the heart of the gathering, right from its inception, was that you would always leave the gathering risen up, but you would rise up by being here. You would feel supported by being here, and supported to, if you're going to fall or fail forward, not backwards. To be inspired to be a better version of you and be a better version of your business, right? You are your business, so we want, inspire and encourage you. And is that me, Dean? No. Is it Andy? Of course it's Andy. Is it Elias? Absolutely, the guru Andy, Elias. But no, not at all. Not at all. I think we have, as a leadership team, have failed if we're the ones that are the only people that are inspiring people around here. One of the most magical things about the Crate is that, and I've got to be honest, when we sort of moved into this building, it was a new season for us, 7 years ago, 6 years ago, and Andy and I were the ones doing all the work to build community. We were doing all the rowing, yeah? And we were rowing hard. But then people like Roland got on board, and then other people got on board, and then Kellen comes along, and Greg comes along, and people started to get on, and it got to the point where if Andy and I lifted our oars up out of the boat, we were still moving in the area of community and connection and collaboration. It was just like wow, now we feel privileged to be part of this. And that's the heart that's behind the gathering as well. So, to be honest with you, the guys that started this, we are just a bunch of mates that want to share our love for life, our love for people, our love for business, share our energy, share our positive A game. I don't think, in all honesty, and I say this with a sense of pride, but a good pride, and a sense of appreciation for who I hang around, but I don't think you'd ever, and I think as a group, by the way, we're very good at this, but I don't think you'd ever hear a negative thing come out of Elias, a negative thing come out of Andy or Rory. Rory, a couple of years ago, your business was going through a rough time, which was another sort of, inspired this group, because we don't want to be out there just rowing our own boat, isolated, doing our own thing, but being something together. But the whole way that you drove your business through that, Rory, was just like, mate, you were already right up there in my life, but you went so much, if you could go further, you went further, because you just remained positive, you remained committed, and you just got in there and you had the best financial year of your business last year ever, correct? Which is all power to you, right? And if anyone could have been down the dumps or whatever, or complaining, you probably had all the reasons that you could, but you didn't. And that's the kind of people that I want to hang around. Now, it's not, as I said, I probably shouldn't have picked on Rory as a leader, but that's who we want to be all together, right? Who you hang around really does matter. So we certainly haven't achieved, as 4 leaders, achieve what we want to achieve if it's just us. We really want to be doing this together. And as I mentioned here, if you want to, the quote, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And this is really a good illustration of the gathering, is that, there's plenty of people out there rowing their own boat. And I say, good luck to you. I've tried it. I've tried it. I don't want to be like that. I've given up. I want to enjoy the journey. I want to go further, and I want to have fun with people along the way, and that's what the gathering is all about. Okay. I guess as we talked about, the core vision doesn't change, but the methodology does change. And what does that mean? Is that we concentrate and we eliminate. We concentrate on that which is working, and that which is producing the most fruit, and we eliminate the things that aren't. So there's a few things that are going to change as we go into 2025. The bottom line, it's all about people. As you see in our little slogan here, the gathering, empowering business and community, right? It's not just about the business, it's about the people as well that we're doing life with. So we want to see that go to a new level this year. So we're going to launch some new plans for 2025, and I'm just going to go through some of the things that you will now remain in. I won't really talk about the things we're taking out, but the things that now make up the gathering moving forward. We're going to be introducing 2 speakers a month. The first week of the month is going to be an inspirational speaker. We're very honoured and blessed to be with Elias through the Business Speakers Association. Did I say the right thing? Is to have access to some incredible speakers. So we've been really well looked after, and Elias leads that for us. So thank you, Elias, so much. And then another element that we all want to bring into the gathering is a real practical business speaker as well, talking about some real practical core areas of business that we can go away and put those things into practice. So inspirational speaker will have around about 40 minutes, and our business speaker will have about 25 minutes to come in and just leave us with a nugget of something that we can really implement into our business in a real practical way. We want this year, I think Nikki inspired this, knowledge sharing. Thank you, Nikki. More member knowledge sharing. And so each week, there'll be the odd week, very odd week where it doesn't happen, but most weeks we'll have a 10-minute business hack. And the idea is that's from a member who will be getting up here and presenting that. And we want you to share is insights, but I guess how you went about doing what you do. How did you get it started? What really worked for you? You might have been doing your thing for 30 years, but in the last, 2 years ago, bam, something happened and it went from here to there. What was it that you did? Tell us about that. We're keen to know. What about your winning mindsets? What's shifted your thinking around things? and of course the methodologies, how you do what you do, becomes very, very valuable to each one of us. And inside this room is so much wealth and so much knowledge, and we want to share that with each other. Yeah?
Can we ask a question or should we wait?
Sure, ask the question.
I think on the speakers, I think we have some very good speakers who have come in. My personal take is that I think business is about specific, right? I have this problem, I want solution for that. Is there a way that we can share our challenges before the speakers comes in? That this is what the audience is expecting.
Yeah,
right?
cool.
And so that they prepare their content for our specific challenges.
I love that, and I think that the WhatsApp group is a great actually place to start with that, because there could be answers even within the group before the speaker even comes, right? Or people that you know, right? Someone that you know, might not be you personally, hey, but I know an expert in that area. But
Exactly.
that produces what you're talking about is a vulnerability, right? To actually turn around and go, I haven't got it all sorted, and I haven't got it all worked out. And that to me actually builds a really strong, powerful relationship. So thanks, Ashish, it's awesome. We're going to do a structured member catch-up. So as we said, networking doesn't work if you don't contact someone, reach out and have coffee, but we do realize that people's time is very precious. So within the meeting itself, we have one, maybe two, ideally two 10-minute catch-ups, and we're going to really kind of give you a lot of, you can do it your way if it works. If it doesn't work, stick to a format that we give you for that 10 minutes to really make the most of that 10 minutes and have a business catch up and work out, what connection, who you know, that they know, that's going to be able to be helpful for your business, and build those leads and those connections. It's going to be really important, but really valuable and be more efficient with your time. The goal really is that you have a great 10 minutes, you think, gosh, I need another 10, and you follow up with them, have coffee later. But of course, building really good, strong relationships and increasing our business. Increase community support. Really, again, if I sort of go back a little bit to the whole thing of doing life and doing business alone, I don't think any of us were ever created to do that. That's not the way that I believe the Creator put us on earth, was to be isolated. Just watch people who live in the bush all by themselves and see how their mental health goes. We're not supposed to do life alone, right? We're much better doing life with others. And so when we, the time of forming the gathering, we were just seeing different needs in people's business or life and thought, man, we need to create something that allows us to be working a lot closer together. A case in point is Elias and I have known each other for probably
20 years.
I was going to say 15, but no. Yeah.
It's just feels like 20.
No, and let's say 20. Was it 20? Let's say 25 years. 20 years, and because we actually attend the same church together, we've interacted. We've probably been on working bees together, and we've done a whole bunch of things. We've probably sat pretty within a few meters of each other in church together for many, many years. However, it was around about 2 years ago, or when we had the Auckland floods, that Elias was on a boat in Melbourne, being a speaker on a cruise, and floods were flooding Auckland. And we put into this chat group, is everyone okay? And somehow got hold of, Elias said, hey, actually our house is flooding. And I basically said to him, we've got this, right? Got hold of his wife, found out what was going on, and within a bit of a, half an hour, we had rounded up a crew of guys, and we were around there first thing in the morning. They were in double storage, so they were okay for the night. But we were around there first thing in the morning, and we'd ripped out carpets, and we literally stripped out the joint, right? Sent him photos, had a good laugh, and said, you got off this easily. But can I just say, and this, great story, because here's someone that I've known and been associated with years. After then, we're tight. We are good mates, and I know that he's got my back too, right? And he's been very, very helpful and supportive to me back in return. But sometimes it just takes you to go outside your lines, outside your very professional box of being somebody to some, in a business sort of circle. Step outside of that circle and show the real side of who you are to actually connect at a really meaningful level. And I know that at any time, and I guess this group and what we do together, and there's many things we do together, you know, even when I was looking at my whole arrangement with Blueprint, you know, Dale said this is a confidential agreement, and I said, can I talk to one person? My one person was Elias. You know, I gave him a call from Sydney. So that's the kind of connection we have. So we want to kind of make sure this is part of who we are and what we do, right? And so we are introducing a random act of kindness. And just like we went round the room tonight, and we talked about our accountability, which will be something that we'll keep doing, is that we'll also give each night the opportunity for one person to be nominated for a random act of kindness. Now, this could literally just mean that they need one person to sit down with them and go over their budget with them, right? Their business budget. Or it could be that, hey, we're looking for 3 or 4 guys to help Helen move on Saturday, right? Or it could be, you know, my son is looking for some work, and I'm wondering if we could, you know, help him with some interview techniques, or someone could help him with a CV or whatever it might be, right? There's just, sometimes it might need a few of us, sometimes it might just need one person to spend half an hour to have coffee. And so the whole idea is that you'll be given the opportunity. It's kind of like, you know, you go around the room and once somebody takes an opportunity, it's gone, right? But we will remind you, we want one person to nominate or to raise up somebody. And then once that's taken, because obviously, you know, you come around paint my house, come around trim my trees, no, not that. But, all right? So there's one nomination every week, and it could be a small thing, it could be a bigger thing, but that's just showing the love and building community, rich community that says that we care, yeah?
Yeah.
More pitch time. As you saw tonight, we decided that 20 seconds, it was probably a little bit sharp, and we're no longer going to have the flipping bell that annoyed me. So we're now going to have something else that's a little more. But what's going to happen? Is that we're going to introduce fun finds. And so if you go over time, then there's going to be a fun find. We haven't determined the amount yet, but it's going to go to a great charity, which we're still finalising, but we're just thinking today that possibly in the area of mental health would be great for us to sow into. And so if you go over time, then you'll be fined, say $5, and you know that that's the deal. If you want to go over, you can, but it's going to cost you $5, and then it goes to a good cause. All right. So we're introducing fun finds, but you do get more time. All right. So but just don't take it from 40. I'll give you from 20 to 40. Don't take it from 40 to 60. All right. But actually, if you want to give money away, that's a good thing.
So you're changing it. Can I ask a question? Are you changing this to a paid ad?
Right, before you ask the question, it'd be $5, okay?
You can't say that before you ask the question, after I've asked the question.
What's your question?
So, no, the question is, are we turning the 40-second pitch into a paid ad?
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. All right, there's going to be training, because I think we can do a lot better job in changing things up, and actually the way we promote ourselves and promoting new interest and fresh interest in who we are and what we do, and of course that knowledge sharing. So there's going to be training and input. As you know, Alice is a trained speaker with some great speakers in the room as well, that we can get some input on how we can just continue to really bring out the best when it comes to our pitch. Okay, now that's not just training for this room, but wherever you go. All right, and we're going to have a winner of the week, all right, for the best pitch of the day, which is really cool.
Good thing Lucas isn't here.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to change up how we do leads and introductions. So we're going to, every person when they come in the room, like tonight, you guys did a fabulous job, by the way. It was awesome. And so everyone's going to get given 3 passes, or 3 passes. And the whole idea is, and we're going to be a lot more specific about you being clear, like Elias was alluding to, about who you need, who would be a good group of clients for you. And then once they say that, you think, no, I've got a connection, then you write it down, and then it gets handed back to the front. We will record that lead was given to you. So for an example, I might say I'm looking for a certain type of maybe accountants, connection with accountants, and Stacey says to me, yep, I can help Dino. So she writes it down, and it comes back, and then I get given that, and it's my job then to email you, not your job to follow me up. If I want the lead, then I better email you and say, Stacey, thank you so much for offering to put me in connection with an accountant. You know, love to hear more, and then you'll engage a conversation, and that will happen. Now, if I don't do anything about it, it's my responsibility, all right? Okay, so leads, guys. It's one thing to say, oh, you know, am I getting leads out of this networking group? But actually, you've got to do the work, right? It's a contact sport. But that's going to be a way in which we're going to do that. So the whole idea is that we're going to, you know, you might not always have 3 people, but you know, your goal is to give away 3 connections to people in the room per week, which is a lot. Okay, as I said, we're also going to record those for accountability. All right, we're an accountable group. We're here to grow our business. It's important to us that we are monetizing this investment. So you know, we want to know that I followed up those 3 leads I got given last week. Blue Sky Day. Everyone loves the Blue Sky Day. It's so cool. For those who have not been with us, our guests that are here with us tonight, is it's a day for you to reimagine your business and really clear your head, because so often we just keep go, and I guess, as we know, it's not great to sort of operate with a blunt axe, and so we just take the day out. Actually, the true kind of meaning of a Blue Sky Day, once you kind of get going, and maybe once things are kind of humming along and you're kind of happy where they are, a Blue Sky Day could be, for me, because I own a jet ski, is waking up and going, the whole idea is you don't, like exactly what Ashish was saying, don't plan it. You wake up on the day and go, what am I going to do today? Why? Because you're the boss, man, and you have the privilege of doing that, right? 4 times a year, right? Dale Beaumont, a mentor of ours, says book 4 holidays a year, like at least 4 weeks, or he does months. But I'm asking you to take at least 1 day off a quarter as a boss, right? Because you're building something into your journey that says it's okay to have fun along on the way. So 2 things. You can just go, oh, you know what? I want to go windsurfing. Oh, I want to go get a massage. And then I'm going to go read a book in the library or in a cafe and get a great coffee. It could be that. Or Blue Sky Day is you having an open white page book and going sit on the book and going, all right, if I was to start my business all over again, what would it look like? Yeah? Or if I was to change that area of my business, what would it look like? And having a real blank page. So Blue Sky Day combined is we're now combining the sneaky day off, kind of the same thing. You'd be the boss, you would get to reward yourself, stay refreshed, and we will do training for those who need it in the morning. So next Thursday, as an example, those who don't need training on how to go windsurfing, how to have a day off and do nothing, don't come. But actually, we've got some really cool training about how to make that one of the most valuable days on your calendar. So you'd come in here at 9 a.m. and we will give you training and help you set it up for about half an hour, 40 minutes, and then you go, and then you come back, okay, and we check in at the end of the day and just talk about the different insights that people got. If you've ever had the analogy of like a snow globe and you shake that around, it's often that whizzing around of all that stuff in the snow globe is like our head gets so full of noise, and sometimes we've just got to calm the farm, let everything settle, and the vision gets clearer. And that's the power of a great Blue Sky Day if it's done right. So that's the Blue Sky Day. That's carrying on. Our 90-day goals, as you heard, is still carrying on. The reset of every 90 days is now the same as a evening event of the Blue Sky Day. So you come back here. New member workshop at 3 p.m. So if you're not sure about how to set your 90-day goals, you'll come back here at 3. If you've got it sorted because you've done it a few times with us now, you might just do that as part of your Blue Sky Day. You might have done it the night before because you're getting really good at it. And so you'll just come back here at 4:30. And then what we'll do is we'll run one of our sort of more regular nights, but we will put a session in there of tips for success. We'll talk about the wins. We'll talk about the things that happened over the last 90 days and what was really the cruncher that helped us achieve it. What was the tipping point that took it from being something that wasn't achieved to something that was achieved, or a fail into a success. And so that's our tips for success area. We will also do our find your accountability partner that night. If you're not there, I don't care, okay? You've got to be there on that night. It's your responsibility, okay, to come, and you'll be partnered up with somebody. And then we then go into what we call our accountability triangle, which is something that will happen outside of this, like you heard Elias does on Mondays and Tuesdays with his 3 people. 3 people makes a triangle, but we'll do session 1 that night, just that everyone gets in the groove, gets to know each other, gets the format right, gets humming along, and then you go for it and you really make a big difference. Accountability continues.
Dean, just on the goals, so on that night we will come with the 5 goals, really, is that correct?
Yes. If you're a regular member, you know what you're doing. If you're not sure, come at 3.
Yeah.
If you think you need help, come at 3.
So that is a shift,
So
the
that
change
whole
from what's
running
happened
through
previous.
is
the setting goals is not going to happen that evening.
Not on the evening so much now, no.
No.
So if you reckon you've got it sorted now, great, because we've done it probably
Yeah.
six times now. Okay, but if you want help, come at 3. Anyone can come at 3, not just for new people, but people that want support. Okay, and accountability. Okay, like with us tonight, share that win. What have you achieved, or what's happened this week? That would definitely become simple. We're spending a lot more time doing that. Bring your cards. It's going to be important. If you don't, fun. Okay, 2 annual events. As of the 13th of the first one, start of the year, end of the year. We had a few more events in the calendar, got a bit complicated, so we're stripping it back. We're doing a get-together barbecue on February the 13th down at Long Bay, and then we'll do our end-of-year Christmas party as well. And yes, we learned a few things from that, and we'll do things a little bit different next year, but it's okay to learn, right?
Yeah.
As long as you listen, it's okay to learn. Okay, member commitments. So this is your part to play. Not all of that was a participation, but this is what's a little bit more important this year, is that you recommend our members. We've got to recommend each other. You've got to believe in each other, right? I guess it's important, like that that analogy of the fruit. You want to be someone that people do want to recommend, but be prepared to make introductions. We're looking for people that will attend at least 80% of the time. If not, then you plan ahead and you send a substitute. So that's a new thing this year, that if you can't attend, you find someone to attend in your place if you can't make it. All right, so we're committed to building, and we're committed to making sure that there's always, opportunity for people to grow in the room, be a part of an accountability triangle, and invite at least one new person to join every quarter. All right, so help us grow. Don't just go, there's not enough people coming in. Right? Okay, that's Alice's fault. No, let's make sure we all participate, right? And it's easier. We're a networking group. We're all connected, right? So it's kind of a lot easier for you to go, oh gosh, I know someone that will get a lot out of this. Bring them along, right? And they'll love it or they won't, but at least they'll get the opportunity to join. So the meeting elements, 4:30 to 6 p.m. Okay, same. Mix and mingles. So I'm not going to go through all the format, but give you sort of like the different elements of the meetings. Mix and mingle, a welcome, principles of networking. So we're going to have like the 12 principles of networking, and then each week one person will share one of those, we'll hand the card around kind of thing and say, hey, you're sharing one of the principles tonight, just so we can learn the power and what's important and what makes networking work. So really good training around networking, member pitches, one-on-one meetups, the 90-day goals and win for the week, your accountability, guest speakers. All right, so yeah, that's that. And then what do you get beyond traditional networking? Why is the gathering different? What's our unique selling point? What's the thing that sets us apart? Well, number one is most networking groups, you pay your fee and you go buy your food on top, right? It's all included here. You get one day at the crate to use the crate as a place to hide. Come hang out, get work done, be productive. Sometimes it's good just to get away from your typical environment, or it's good just to get to a place where you're hiding, no one knows you're there, really crank in and work on your business or get a particular project done. Can I remind you that's one day a month, a few people? Just going to say we'll hit you up if you start abusing that. Partner deals, of course, everyone's kind of offering deals around if you bring someone in, they turn into a lead. Someone wants to buy one of Maz's franchises, I'm sure he's going to give you a little something nice for that, but we actually have that documented. So if you haven't yet put up a partner deal for your business, please put that up, and I think it's probably a good idea with the calendars next week that everyone gets a new directory with that. And a lot of networking groups just use each other to talk in the group, which is fine. We have, we've always kind of had a speaker a month, but as I said, now you're going to get 2, which is pretty cool. Our Blue Sky Day plus our 90-day action plan, the accountability, the random act of kindness, these are all things that set us apart, all right? So, yes.
Question. So the random act of kindness, so this is every week, and we nominate someone.
You get a chance to nominate, so you might come in and think, I want to nominate someone. Now, if Andy beats you to it, then that's taken, right? It gets taken. Or maybe we put it forward and we choose one that we can actually do or something, but we'll come up with a way of doing it.
Yeah.
But the thought I had was that the first person that kind of says, hey, by the way, my 40 seconds tonight, I want to actually nominate you know, us getting around and helping Rory to paint a fence. You know, who's got an hour on Saturday with, you know, 4 or 5 of us that we could get, you know, at least half the fence done for him. Okay? And so yeah.
So we have to know what people need, I guess.
Yeah, but that's, yeah, exactly. We
that's
should
part of
hear
it.
about it, be thinking about it, and going, don't
Company, you move in.
Yeah.
don't tell anybody. Don't, you know, you're having coffee with them, you see a need, or you see they're struggling with something. It could be even in their business,
Yeah.
and you go, you know what? I nominate Dean because I hear that he needs help with his time management, right? Not, you know, whatever. And you can say, yeah, I can spend time with you. All right. Thank you. Okay, there is a cost. Number one, why is there a cost? Why is there a cost? Number one, because I don't. We use this word, Clive, and it was already in my notes, but we were chatting about this before, right? Is I don't agree with freeloading, right? That's number one. That's one reason why I think there should be a cost, because I see we're a bunch of mates that just want to kind of get along and have fun and do life and take people with us. So why are these boys decide it's a cost? You know, who do they think they are, kind of thing? Well, as I said, I don't think freeloading I don't agree with it. I think I'd rather be a contributor. Secondly, we all know that we value things that we pay for. Yeah. In life, you will get a lot more out of something if you know that you are paying for it and there's a value attached to it. So I believe, as I said here, we offer something that's very unique and special that deserves to be valued. And it's a pretty amazing program that we've got going, amazing people. If I just quickly summarize, 20 speakers over the year, 40 business hacks from different members, 50 to 100 one-on-ones if you're not getting out and meeting people, don't expect your business to grow. Opportunity to be on the receiving end or the opportunity to be on the giving end of 40 different acts of kindness. Practice your pitch more than 40 times. That's got to help you out in business when you're out there talking to people. Receiving 30 to 40 leads or connections, I would imagine, would be the result of the format that we've got now. We'll be a little bit more accountable around that. 10 blue sky days. 20 key goals achieved on your 90-day action plans. That's flipping valuable. And 10 working days at the crate. All right? That gives you a little bit of a summary. And the cost works out to $2,600 per year. It's a per annum cost. If you want to break that down, it's like $50 a week. Now, Helen, my good friend, tells me that she goes to a networking group. The bar often charges her $12 for a wine, or more. So you guys have one wine. No, one wine, guys. So we're pretty generous on those sort of things. Like we don't take tabs or whatever. We never want anyone to leave here intoxicated. We never have anyway. I didn't just say that. But the point is that it's social drinks, but everything's included: your food, your drink, and that's it. Everything else, okay? And it works out to be about $50 a week. All right. So in some other places you might be paying the equivalent of $25, $30 per visit, but then you got to go and pay breakfast at $25 plus a coffee at $7 or whatever it is now. Adds up, right? So that's what it is. But we have introduced something new this year, that if you want to pay the full amount up front, you can save 10%. All right, so there's an opportunity for you to save some money if you'd like to. Hello.
So if you want to take up that annual amount, you just need to let me know, and then I'll prepare a 12-month invoice for you with that discount applied, and then you'll be all sorted. So if that's of interest to you, because it's something maybe how your business prefers to run, and you see the value of that, we'd absolutely love to help you out with that.
That's cool. So look, that's me done. But I just want to end by saying thank you, because we really enjoy this. It has certainly, got to the point where we've got great people in here, where we're not rowing the boat by ourselves anymore, like Andy and I were when we first started the crate in this location. It's an amazing group, amazing people. It's a privilege to do life with you all. And I'm looking forward to an amazing year. And there's one thing that my theme for the year is productivity and profitability. Now let's make this a productive year and a profitable year. And let's get around each other, let's hold each other accountable, and let's make sure that we achieve those goals, and we leave the end of the year like Rory did this last year, having the best financial year they've had in the history of their business. Yeah? Sound good?
Yeah.